All right, so back to this, just continuing on with the hating on Shiro part 18. I actually have no idea what part it is. Um, 18 sounds about right though. Uh, damn, I keep forgetting how long this is. It is actually part 18, huh? Funny. But yeah, in the last part we finished episode what, 3 of the investigator arc. It's really weird because the first part was long as shit, right? And then or I guess first episode, and then second and third were very short. Like, I will say I'm glad we're seeing more of these two. It does, hold on. So this is Sam here, right? Do we have a fuck, we don't. All right. Because if you remember, I do believe they actually did make her. I believe her skin was whiter when she mentioned it. I believe she was actually more pale. I do think they changed the color of her skin. We'll need to see it. Um, what I'll do is whenever Sam comes across the screen, I'm gonna save and then go back to. I hate these two so goddamn much, dude. Also, it's kind of funny how Charlotte 100% repressed memories. Damn, that's crazy. Charlotte 100% got again, we know how religious. It's funny because she's normally science and religion clash, but again, she's very much in the both. So we know Annabelle's, saying, "Oh, they're Satanists," right? Actually works against Charlotte. Again, right? So to be fair though, kind of facts like school and because it's interesting because college, right? College, you have a very volatile schedule. Like, or I don't want to say it's not like high school or like work because like high school, you have class every day, then the weekend. Work, you work every day, you have the weekend. But college, you really kind of have freedom and flexibility regarding your schedule. Like I know for me, I'd have differing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday usually get off early because I'd usually only have morning classes. Funny enough, junior and senior year of college, I never had Friday classes. So for me, it was a 3 day weekend every weekend, which was absolutely clutch. That was like honestly game changing. Like it actually made it hard for me to like start working because like all of a sudden I don't have all the time I did in college, right? But again, even in high school, just prior pre-college, schooling in general, this is how that usually looks. So Shiro. Also, I was gonna say, so is she actually gonna? Because I'm curious now. Given what Annabelle talks or Bella talked with Charlotte about, is she actually gonna try to, inquire with Kayla and Ruby? I can see it going either direction. So hold on, I didn't. Oh, I'm just doing. What do you mean closer look? Like he still has a bruise. Like oh, because she didn't know what happened. She didn't know that he got confronted by Kai. I forgot they never interacted beyond that because he got brought to the literature club, right? He again still has his bruise, right? But again, she doesn't know. They never. So I honestly, I didn't even think of that. But again, very interesting. And obviously, he's going to need to spill the beans on Kai. Which, to be fair, Shiro also knows from Kai that Charlotte has been doing her own investigation, despite the fact that you know, Shiro told her not to, right? So a couple interesting things there, right? Fell down, bro. Okay, to be fair, his fat ass would, but obviously Charlotte's not gonna believe that. Like, yeah, literally, like, come on, dude. Dude, this guy had the whole fucking weekend to prep an excuse, and that was what he came up with. Like, goddamn. And again, they're in just some random classroom. So, hold on, I didn't. It's because you. And again, because here's the thing, right? Because the funny thing we know, I don't know if Charlotte's going to make the connection. Because at the end of the day, if you remember, Shiro told Charlotte not to like interact with Michael and basically dissuaded her actually kind of, looking into things. But now he's going to tell her that Kai went after him because he knew that she was looking into things, right? So, yeah, it'll be very interesting there. So, Running with Kai. Yeah, just the usual, right? You know, bruh, his dude, listen, if I was this dude's father and he told me that shit, I'd be like, yeah, son, tell me what but it's also like, I mean, to be fair, Shiro actually got the upper hand on Kai. That's why I'm like, dude, as someone who is built like Kai, I'm not taking on a big dude. Like, that's just kind of the reality of things. Like, weight difference does make an impact. Like, I'd have Randy do it, but and then obviously Adrian. So, like, this is actually a pretty big story. Like, actually, I really, and I do want to say this. I really like how they have the different models, like with different, like what would you call it? The different models for each character. Like the fact that we have a model of Charlotte like running her hands through her hair. Like who else? Like that's like fucking Kai's model where it just he has his fucking hand up front. Like, but the point being the fact that we have like not only do we have so many character like models themselves, but we have different models for like each character too, is really nice. Like, and again, because this is the big thing, because ultimately Shiro kind of knew that Charlotte, like, even if he didn't know, chances are, even though he knows how Charlotte is, he probably figured that she would look into it from her end. So, and again, let's see. Associates. What was that? Victor? Victor. It's always fucking Victor. This man's like everywhere. Okay, I guess to be fair, Victor, what would you call? Victor apparently was like a black belt in whatever Taekwondo. Like, we don't know. I don't remember what it is, but supposedly he's a black belt. But again, right? So it's just a dust up. All right. No, to be fair, he would have gotten fucked up if Adrian had stepped in. And that's what he's withholding from Charlotte right now. So, Principal Rankin, yeah, again, because and I do think the interesting thing is obviously Jeremy, like, it's interesting because we know and we saw specifically Jeremy told him dude, let go of this. Like you got what you wanted. But Kai just wants to completely like stamp it all out. So, Kayla, but ultimately, but this is what I don't get. This is what I actually unironically just don't get. So Charlotte's like, I'm missing one last piece of the puzzle, and that's Kayla's and Ruby accounts of their talk with Michael. Granted, Bella told her about their affiliation with Satanism. Who knows, and impending how that impacts Charlotte's asking them. But I mean, all right, she's going to get Kayla's and Ruby's accounts of their talk with Michael. They're going to tell her that, oh, yeah, we told them about Shiro. Like, but what's the end game of all this? Like, Charlotte gets these accounts. Okay, what's her plan next to force the MC to reach it? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, one, besides the fact that for whatever reason the mod feels as though the MC has an obligation to be a part of the club. Two, it's also like the club's already disbanded. Like, what is the end game here? Like, what's Charlotte trying to accomplish? Like, in his last known confrontation with Kai. All right, So, and again, obviously, Shiro's gonna deny it, but also we know how. But it's also weird because it's like Ren Annabelle, gay Wiccans to go, and they actually did fucking, you know, But here's the thing. Funny enough, this is the fucking true version. This isn't even a rumor. This is just what it is. Because like the rumor version was, oh yeah, they're having orgies and selling drugs, right? That's the rumor. This is the literal truth. They are gay, they are Wiccan, and they do walk around school having it. Literally all three parts of this are true. Like this isn't even a fucking rumor. This is literally just who they are. Like she didn't even say the rumor version, which was that they were selling drugs and having orgies, right? you know. But here's the thing: obviously, what's going to happen is Shiro knows who Bella is, so he's going to tell her, "Oh, Bella's full of shit," right? Okay, this is a bit what would you call it, exaggerated, but that's also not wrong. Like, all right, to be fair, Chester, dude, better work on paying off Kai. But what? Yeah, he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? To be fair, this first part is literally true. Like, that is unironically true. The second part is like, all right, dude, what the hell are you talking about? But hold on. What did there's some truth to that rumor. Yeah, they are, and they are gay and they are Wiccan. So it's literally all three pillars. They're not Wiccans or said something like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that am I tripping? I thought that was brought up at some point, like even before the whole rumor thing. I know what like never asked it. So like two of the three, you know, like that's like some fucking like that's just bullshit. Like that's just made up. So, like because that's just corrupt. Like what does that even fucking mean? Corrupt. Like that's like some like parent level shit. That's like not a thing. But like the first parts were true. Like she's been known to stretch the truth on a lot of things. Saying she's going out of her way to slander them for what? I don't know. I mean, well, to be fair, we know that Kayla and Ruby ultimately thought that Natsuki was the one behind it, right? So, more personal reasons. So, what do you wait? Hold on. What the fuck is Charlotte? All right, yeah. So Charlotte's really because she's like, I don't know if my defenses are strong enough. Charlotte's faith in the Lord isn't enough. You know, sinners, and I like, yeah. But again, because besides it being a religious school, which I think is fucking crazy, again, if she's actually like religious, like this isn't because like if you didn't know I'm atheist, right? Like my parents were religious. I was raised Presbyterian, but like ultimately just I guess I wasn't in touch with faith enough, so it kind of fell out. But like I'm not really a religious person. I don't want to say I'm atheist because I don't like that connotation, but non-religious or not that religious. But it's like something to where it's like people like I do respect people who have strong belief in faith, right? It's just not something I guess I'm that in touch with. Like so like I respect, people's like granted, I do still think the whole argument about like most Satanists just being, or what would you call it? People who are like Satanists are just like what's the term? Fucking anti, it's not like its own thing, rather than being like anti-Christian and anti, I guess I don't want to say modern, but sort of mainstream, whatever. Besides the point. But and versus like Wiccan's an actual thing, like in case you didn't know. But it is something to where it's like I do respect people who have like this strong belief, but also like saying, like sinners and like corruption, it's like, all right, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like that is like some like boomer level shit right there. The devil's word. What the hell? Dude, just if your faith in God is strong enough, you don't need to worry about that. Like, and also here's the thing. I really do like that aspect of Charlotte's character though, that not only is she like scientific, but she's also religious. Because normally those are opposing forces, right? But seeing them in line is kind of a breath of fresh air. They're good people. All right, but here's the thing. Natsuki also tried to vouch for Shiro to Monica, which was pretty crazy. So like, but that's just based on your like connection with them and you being friends with them and you like interacting. Like, I feel like people don't have enough self-awareness to where just because you're friends with someone doesn't mean other people like can be friends with them or that they're even good people, right? Like I was friends with like this is gonna sound crazy, but I used to be friends with people who I don't want to say weren't the greatest, but were definitely not like fun people to be around, or were like, let's say, more definitely could have pissed other people off or like been annoying. Like I could definitely view them in that light. So, but also like, help me through so much as Kai was giving me hell, fan fiction stuff. They may be crazy, festy, want to have pretty liberal interpretation. That's what I'm saying. Like the dress code doesn't fucking exist here. Like it's just not a thing. But also like what I was gonna say is like, but simultaneously, because they are like that, they can't blame other people for their perceptions of them. Like, given how they come across, like you just can't do that. Like, it just doesn't. Well, imperfect beings, we must actively work that God loves us all equally anyway. All right, but we're all right. Cite the verse that, like, dude, like, I swear, like, people just like it's kind of like the fucking Constitution, dude. I swear, people will like cite the Bible or the Constitution, like, for just random bullshit. And it's like, all right, dude, what verse, what fucking stanza, what amendment, like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you can't just say some bullshit like, oh, doesn't the Bible teach this? All right, cite the verse, dude. Like, you're just making some shit up at this point. Like Jesus Christ. Big world religion, probably not, or if they're Wiccan. Like I assumed that was the case. I thought that was the case. God between him and you. That's not necessarily the case. I will say as someone who was raised that way, like that's not like a thing. Like your relationship, like that's why like commandments exist. Like it's not like you can't just do whatever the fuck you want and be like, oh, only God can judge me, right? Like that's not how that works. Like that's not okay. But there's the thing. Like you say some bullshit like this, right? So you say some stuff like this, but they literally nearly got in a fight with Nazis. So like, I don't know what to say there. Also, who you say this, but then Shiro goes on to do all his bullshit, right? So it's like, he's just making up some shit at this point. Like, then they're hurting themselves. They're seeing Shiro. Like, I don't even ignoring Charlotte's aspect. It's more so like we know they literally nearly got in a fight with Natsuki, and we know they and Shiro treat the MC like shit and hurt him that way. Like, we know how many people Shiro hurt in this game, right? So, unholy things that God's not intended us to do. She freaking Orthodox or Catholic or what? Or what's it called? Evangelical? I don't know. I don't know the denominations as well as I should. But I guess that'd be more Orthodox. But like, yeah, I mean, to be fair, the school is a dress code that they just break. Like, that's concerning. It's necessary. This might be a little much. Hold on, Jesus Christ, I didn't fucking read that shit. Kai's crosshairs, risking her beliefs, right? Sees egregious sinners. You can help them. But also, that's a literal savior complex. Like, I know we joke about the whole savior complex thing, but that's literally a savior complex. Like, God will deal with them this way. You don't have the luxury of trying to get. I mean, but he's also making up some bullshit, like 100%. He's like saying some bullshit. Like, there we go. Let's see. I mean, to be fair, like it's because even ignoring the whole religious aspect, there's a reason why friend groups and social circles exist. You rarely talk with people outside that. Like, if like let's say like if you're listening to this, chances are we're similar people. I mean, the fact that you're clicked on a video for branching paths, right? Like, we're probably similar people. Like, let's drop you someplace on the other fucking side of the world with completely different people, right? How would you like, like it's kind of, I don't want to say it's the same extent here, but it's the same idea. They're eccentric but good people. But you literally say that, you can say that shit about anyone. Like, oh, they're this, but they're so good. Like, you could say that about Kai. Like, oh, he's, emotionally repressed, but he's still good. Like, you know, I've done things. Yeah, dude, like you're a horrible person, bro. Like, don't fucking take shit from Shiro. Like, oh, dude, Shiro, you are not the fucking person to talk about corruption, dude. Like, Shiro cannot fucking talk about that. Shiro cannot talk about that. But also, Shiro's just saying that because he's close with them. Like, if Shiro didn't know who that, like, he'd probably say the same thing that Charlotte's doing. Like, about this whole thing. What is it? Monica Adrian Sayori, yeah, to discuss you. So again, so he talked with literally everyone. Like Michael talked with literally everyone. Like, but he figured out that Monica was the victim from that through, I'm pretty sure it was Shiro himself. So this conversation took place first. Or I think because, yeah, it was Shiro himself who told him it was Monica. right? Or was it Shiro or Age? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Shiro himself because I think that was the last piece of information we needed. So he was very distressed and seriously considering leaving the club. So after his last run in with Kai, she tried to, and then this brings, but so because I'm pretty sure it was because that was like the last thing that I'm pretty sure it was during his argument, right? Like, and again, like this is cool and all that, and this is my issue with this mod, right? Like, this is cool and all that. Charlotte is putting all the pieces together, but all right, what next? Like, what happens when you find the last piece of information? You force the MC to rejoin the club? Like, that is like, it's weird that they view as that he has, like, as though he has some sort of obligation to join the club. Like, in that he's, like, not his own autonomous person. Like, it's just so weird. And like we know Sayori is not like even the MC thought she was an extension of Kai for a second, but we know very clearly she's not, right? So, well, technically, I'm pretty sure it was the day later because again, he was able to get that extension. So, so all right, but again, here's the thing, right? And this is what my issue is. All of this completely ignores how horrible of a person Shiro is. Like, it's this whole convenient, situation where it makes Shiro out to be the victim in that the MC made the wrong decision, despite the fact that a big deal of, in part of the reason why the MC left was because Shiro is not a great person. Like, the mod just conveniently forgets that. Like, you know, again, it's just that's why I really can't like I hate to say it. I'm never gonna be able to suggest or encourage this mod because it has such like a flawed worldview. Like, let's see. And that's what, Jeremy? So or Kai himself. But also like, listen, because here's the thing. We know Kai despises Charlotte for what she did, And at the end of the day, like if not at the end of the day, neither Shiro nor Charlotte have ever apologized. Like Shiro did, he just said he was wrong and then immediately tried to defend himself. It was like, all right, dude, like, okay, but also the thing is, and I even brought this up before. All right, congratulations. Let's say you find out this information. All right, what next? I mean, you force the MC to join the club. Like again, like they act like he's not his own autonomous individual. Like that's what's honestly the craziest part about this. So let's see. Okay, but like, and we know this person is Sam, right? And honestly, Shiro can probably fill in the gaps, right? Like he knows it's Sam, right? Yeah, again, Sam, right? That's why it's like, and we know they literally like they're actual friends now, right? So, and again, like genuinely though, what's the end game? Like they force Michael to join the club, like, but also it's like the thing there being like, all right, like I have two problems with this. One, they act as if the MC isn't his own autonomous being. And two, they act as if Shiro is somehow a good person. Like, it's just convenient that they completely ignore the fact that part of the reason why the MC left was because Shiro's like not a great person. Besides lying, again, what he said about the MC's mother and ultimately how he acted in fucking math, like completely ignores how horrible of a person Shiro is. Like, and again, the fact that he has not accepted responsibility for anything. So, and again, yeah, he has soft spot. And guess what Shiro did with that soft spot, right? He manipulated Charlotte into putting him down, right? So again, this is but like you made her do that, you dumbass. Like this is crazy. Like how the game completely ignores how horrible of a person Shiro is. Yeah, you unironic like it's hilarious how Shiro literally started everything. Like imagine if Shiro had never manipulated Charlotte into just putting down Kai. Like imagine if he never did that. None of this shit would have happened. Shiro literally started everything. Like, damn, that's crazy. Like, and again, the fact that even Kayla and Ruby have like animosity towards Shiro. So, bitch, what the fuck happened? Why the music stop? So, I don't feel bad for this dude at all. Like, I don't feel bad for this dude at all. So, I really don't. Like, I'm not reading all this shit. Someone fucking speak, bro. Like, dude, this guy needs a new fucking excuse, bro. That's not gonna work on everyone. So, and again, because funny enough, we know that Shiro is a pathological liar, right? And that's the reason why ultimately Kayla, because funny enough, even Kayla and Ruby don't know the whole truth. Because what they didn't know was that Shiro was actually involved, because he had been denying it the whole time. But they still don't know that Shiro manipulated Charlotte in order to, put Kai down. Michael does know that. Like Michael, if he really wants to, could have revealed that. But it's funny now that Shiro's still lying to them, despite the fact that that's the entire reason they fell out. So, and again, because it's like, dude, it's crazy. I think, dude, dude, Shiro is literally like fucking Boogie, bro. Literally like Boogie. What's his actual fucking name? I have no clue. Like, Shiro is exactly like fucking Boogie, bro. Like, I don't feel bad for this dude. Like, this dude is just a horrible person. Like, I don't know what to say. He's a horrible person, like, who somehow the mom's trying to portray as a victim. Like, he's just a terrible person. They still don't know he manipulated Charlotte like he did. So, and again, because literally this is how Shiro manipulates them, right? So, and again, because it's not even that it was exaggerated. Like Shiro had been denying it from the very beginning. So, okay, but also like, because it's not. I just don't understand why he would even bring that shit to school, dude. Like that's just so fucking weird. Like, you fucking deserve it, dude. Like, you literally fucking deserve that shit, bro. Like, he literally fucking deserves that shit. So, like Shiro deserves everything that fucking comes his way. Like, okay, but bro, again, this is why it's like, because we don't even know. Because obviously, all right, let's put it this way. I think it's obvious that, what happened was Shiro brought it to school, Kai got a hold of it and, edited it, right? But Shiro is literally zero way to prove it. And he's a pathological liar. So like regardless, like Ruby brings up a point. Like he has no way to actually like prove that. Like, and there's zero reason why they would believe him at this point. So because ultimately we know it's the same reason how Victor is able to get his hands on Sam's artwork, right? So and again, like Ruby brings up for as much as like listen, the character I despise most in this is Shiro, right? Honestly, what I might do is because of how many characters this mod has, I might do like a character analysis once the mod is up on each character, right? But again, the character I easily hate most is Shiro. He's like, it's crazy how the mod tries to portray him as a victim. It's so glad we're finally seeing Ruby actually press him in a character, call him out on his bullshit. But like, he unironically started everything. Like, it's crazy between manipulating Charlotte to stamping out, but again, between him being an asshole, manipulating Charlotte to, put down Kai, right? Denying everything, right? And lying to everyone about this whole poem incident, ultimately trying to pin it on the MC when he finds out, right? All of this like petty bullshit, right? It's crazy how Shiro has literally started at like everything results from him, right? I don't like Kayla and Ruby that much too, simply because they don't view the MC as his own person. He's just like an obligatory fourth member for the club. Because if they actually cared about him, like, they would at least semi understand his position and dilemma, but they don't. So they don't care about him and they just view him as a fourth member of the club. Like nothing more, nothing less. He's just a body to occupy that position. I don't like Charlotte because she somehow believes the MC is like an obligatory position, like or like obligation to be part of the club. In that, ultimately when she talked to the MC, like she didn't actually try to understand his like point of view. She just tried to like accuse him and defend Shiro. It's like, all right, dude, like, but I was courting her way. And again, like you have no one to blame but yourself, You're not gonna, dude. Like, listen, Shiro. He just needs. This is what Shiro needs to do at this point. He needs to like stop talking to other people. He just needs to cut his losses. He just needs to get through the rest of high school, laying low, keeping his head down, doing the bare minimum, graduate and reinvent himself after. Like, there's no salvaging what he's done. Like Shiro, ever since middle school, fucked up his entire high school. Like, experience. Like Shiro is no one to blame but himself for this. So hold on, what? All right. Let's see. What you do is just the tip of the iceberg to what I've seen and had. All right. Listen, like Ruby, you can I swear to God, Ruby and Kayla have zero fucking yeah, and Shiro too. None of them have any fucking self-awareness, bro. Like Ruby talks about creepy people. Like, bro, like do you have like zero self-awareness? Like it's crazy. Like with the way Ruby and Kayla act, it's so fucking insane. Like, there's no way these two lack any self awareness. Like, you know, yeah, again, like the fact that like so much of the blame fell on Michael was fucking insane. Like that's crazy. Like he just this is the fucking point. Like Michael is his own fucking person. Like he has zero obligation. Like it's crazy that like He actually, and again, because here's the thing, right? Because this was the, and this is from Charlotte talking to Shiro. The last piece of information that she needs, right? Or I guess, he needs subsequently, right? Is what he talked with Kayla and Ruby about. So, all right, but and again, the more to Michael's decision is you being a terrible person, Shiro. Like, again, I don't understand why the mod refuses to fucking acknowledge that Shiro being a horrible person is part of Michael's reason to leave for the club. Like, it seems to act as that held zero and like that was literally like half of the reason why I left was just Shiro is a terrible person. Like, well, we know it's from Bella, right? But also like the rumors aren't that far off. So, you know, but all right, what are you gonna do? Like, here's the thing though, right? So what are you gonna do? Just change how people think? Like, I don't think, people think these things through, right? So hold on, I didn't read this shit, bro. But also, like, what's the end goal here? You change how people think, you force Michael. Again, this is what I don't understand. Like, and it's like, all right, I mean, like this, and the problem is the mod acts as if what Kai's doing now is different from what he's seemingly done in the past, which it is. So like, it's not like this is the case of the century. This is just business as usual for him. Bruh, dude, this man is everywhere. He is fucking everywhere, dude. He's like, oh, wrong decision, bro. Victor is fucking everywhere, bro. I'm telling you, Connor, if you want to get down to the archives, this is the way you have to play it. Fucking who? Connor? I am I stupid? I thought, hey, this guy wearing a Rolex. I thought Connor was, or it's Connolly. Connolly fucking, I don't know. Jesus Christ. You know, who the, like, that just don't get caught, bro, you fucking dumbass. All right. Some Mr. What the, dude, what the hell is this? Kai's like, I have a mission for you. Retrieve the playing cards that I got lost. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Trading cards that Mrs. Kaplan. It's like, hey, I lost my trading cards to this teacher. Can you get him back? Like, what the hell is this, bro? Like, bro, what fucking archives? The Jedi archives? What the hell is he talking about? So, my brother, dude, what the hell are these two talking about? So, over the river, bitch, he fucking dead. What the hell are these two? Jeremy, or what fucking archives, bro? What the hell is it? We have never seen Connor before. Also, first, I'm pretty sure this is the first. I just want to say, I'm pretty sure this is the first black person we've ever seen in a fucking DDLC match. I just want to throw it out there. Um, but still, we literally have zero idea who this guy is. Like, he just got introduced. So, bro, Kai's just like, I lost my trading cards. Can you get it back for me? What the hell is this, bro? Like, Randy. So the baseball club, bro, how did they lose their fucking cards to begin with? So, hey, kind of facts. Like, So again, this is interesting. So it seems like, and honestly, I think I'm gonna end it here because chances are we'll do one more part tonight. It does seem interesting. Again, we are seeing this kind of fallout and or kind of conflict between Kai and Jeremy Ford, right? Jeremy kind of, holding the position of, student council president, right? Coming from probably a more affluent background, having a more traditional base of power, where we see Kai kind of, again, come from this less well-off background, again. He was in Shiro's position not so long ago, and kind of, having this less like traditional, more I guess what would you call it? More, I guess, sort of what's the term, right? Not conventional, but more unorthodox, like base of power, right? Kind of more again behind the scenes. So very interesting to kind of see here and what's going on, right? But again, I think we'll get to this in the next part. And again, I will say I just don't understand. All right, what's the end game of this all? Let's say Charlotte pieces the puzzle together. All right, what happens? She forces the MC to be a part of the club. You know, cool. What? All right. What are Kayla and Ruby gonna do? Right? Change how everyone thinks. Like, damn, that's pretty cool. Like, again, I just don't understand what the end game. Like, it seems like the mod, and again, I genuinely question the perspective of the mod maker because this is actually like very like delusional and like it's like a warped reality. It's like, again, I don't know. It's just weird, but I guess we'll see in the next one. So, yep, that's it for this one. See you in the next one.